Avengers!
When Marvel released Avengers Endgame in 2019, it was the epic peak of the MCU.
Assemble.
The movie brought together every superhero in the cinematic MCU into one universe-wide battle, and fans couldn't wait to see how the Infinity Saga would end. But after Endgame, Marvel had a problem. This happened to Iron Man.
You can rest now.
And Captain America turned into this guy.
Maybe I'll try some of that life Tony was telling me to get.
For the first time in more than a decade, the MCU was a clean slate. So what was next? Yes, we got a lot of content fast. Marvel released 10 movies and 10 miniseries in just 3 years. Yet, strangely enough, it feels like all the content is going nowhere. But why? For years, Marvel cultivated the characters of their main franchise heroes, namely the leaders of the superheroes, Iron Man and Captain America. When we first met Tony Stark, he was nothing more than an irresponsible rich playboy. But then, he gets a wake-up call. When he's kidnapped by terrorists, it forces him to start becoming more responsible, and we see him take control of his life.
I am Iron Man.
As we see Iron Man more and more, we watch him struggle with his major flaw, selfishness. But over time, we see him grow, like the time he decides to sacrifice himself by grabbing a nuke and sending it through the portal to save New York City. Here, Tony was no longer the guy who would always put himself first. Tony matures over time, even helping heroes like Spider-Man. By the time we see him in Endgame, he's willing to sacrifice everything to save the people that the world lost in Infinity War. In an ultimate act of selflessness, with limited options left, he sacrificed himself.